What's up, long dark survivor? We're taking a little nap in the truck here in the prison. Not a good place for sleeping. You can get a bit of frostbite if you sleep in there too long. Waiting for an Aurora event, which has happened. We need to get have electricity to get into this to this keypad code you get from a scribbled note in the last prospect mine. Is a video guide in the description for how to get there from this location. Just collecting a few more scrap metals. We want to operate. Yes, the ammo workbench, very nice. We want to get some stuff done on this milling machine here while we've got electricity. You can fix just about all of your tools on this. Only thing it doesn't fix is the pry bar and the heavy hammer, I think. But everything else, even weapons, your handguns, rifle, all of those things. If you have a bit of scrap metal, you're totally in business to repair all of those things on these milling machines. Other ones at Last Resort Cannery in Bleak Inlet. Okay, there's nowhere near enough time to harvest this hand cart for scrap metal, so we're just gonna overnight and pick it up again in the morning. Okay, first place that we want to get into is the infirmary. And that's pretty simple. You just waltz across the street here. These double doors are locked. And you open this door. I think in the missions there are keys involved. There's climbing in windows and things. In this one you can't get in there. There's no window on the outside to get a grab onto to get in. But this is how you get in. Couple of things in here, nothing spectacular. And then you want to go over to the, what do they call it, a barracks. It's like prison staff living quarters. Just follow this little outside route. There's going to be a wolf outside here. Depending on where you are in the game. I think there were 3 here when I got here the first time. In this area only. And then there's another one at the back there. Sometimes there's one caught inside here. Right, so up this rope at this guard tower you can find a significant thing. Up here is a note, if you're collecting the notes. Okay, the thing about this door is you can only get into it from this side. It blocks the way if you come from that side. There's the note. Also a couple of other things here. Dusting powder. Nitrates for your gunpowder, and then through this door or this gate, I'm just going to try all of the things and see what you can get into. So ton of stuff in here. The significant thing here is there's a little bit of stump remover. Significant thing is if you're collecting the flasks. What do they call it? Thermos. If you're collecting those things, not 100% sure if you can open that door from the outside. Like one of those one-way door things. So I just want to show you quickly. There's gunpowder there. I'm going to show you quickly what goes on up here. You can't really get into anything from up here, but I think this is for the when you do the missions. So you can get onto the box, but can't get in here. There's no window on the outside to grab onto. Let me just, okay, so let me just, this is like a major gunning on here. Okay, so next is the main prison block there on the, what side are we on now? Just wanted to check for interest sake if this thing could open. You always feel like you're missing stuff. I think that's like a the southeast there, southeastern side of the prison complex. There's a quite a big thing. Oh yeah, the warden's office and all this stuff is up there. Careful of back here. You can run into a bear back here if you're unfortunate, and then there's no real place to go from it here. And yeah, so just be careful of the bear. If it catches you around this around this corner, you pretty much have had it, because you're not going to outrun it, and you're gonna have to give it a headshot. I've heard of guys that can take the bear down with a headshot from a handgun, but I haven't seen that happen yet. I've seen bears go down from a single headshot from a rifle, and a fluke shot with an arrow. Like a fluke long shot, one arrow in the head, boom, dead bear. But that is not something that you can really bargain on being something that's going to happen regularly. Rather be careful of those things. Okay, so up here we've got these things. What do we call them? This is the officers, the warden's office. Tiles of stuff there, and also a posse you can keep there if you get tired. Important part of this story is down here. Well, I don't know if it's the important part of it. It's like it's just the fun part of it, because there's quite a bit of negotiating that happens here. Okay, so you can't go in and out there. This room has a lot of resources, lots of stuff, and it's got a note. If you're collecting these ones, this is where the one of them is. Is this the third one already? I'm not sure. Second or third one? Yeah, we find the last one there at the bottom of the thing. All right. Yeah. So all that, most of that stuff can be harvested. Okay. This is where you get in. This is where you get into the guts of this building. And I go through here. And then in here there's a bunch of batteries. So this is going to give you lots of lead for bullets, which is nice. There's a heavy hammer there. I don't know if it's a variable. You don't need a heavy hammer for anything in this workshop. Okay, cruise through here. That's the room there. So let me just sort of make sure if there's any place we can go through. I don't think there is. And you go through this little room here with lots of stuff in it. This place will keep you busy for long, harvesting all this stuff. And then there's a little tunnel here. You gotta go left, control, and then you go through this little tunnel of debris. launch you out. And another little subterranean part of the prison complex. There's another note in this office here. There we go. Another note over there. Some extra stuff. And then this one last thing is the what do they call it? Ballistic vest. What do they call it? Yeah, ballistic vest. Yeah, bulletproof jacket. Whatever you like to call it. And then there's that guy. Scheine. That's got a story. That guy was, I think he came from Newlands. They used to call him the Brill Cream King of Newlands. Shame, back in the day. Thanks for watching. Please don't think about subscribing. Just hit do. Yeah, I can see you guys do not believe me about the bear being back here. Here's a little bit of extra footage for the unbelievers. You always remember to pick up your casings here, eh? You know what they say, waste not, die not from having no bullets not.